Good afternoon, everybody. Here we are, Tuesday, 12th of November. Time's flying, as it always does. And we're on tile number 493. Now, before we start, I hope you've seen the post about the tile 500 challenge, because we're not far from it now. And I really want you to pick your favourite tile out of all that we've done so far. Draw it for me and send it in. Let me know why you like it. We're going to make a huge display. And the challenge is to get 500 at least tiles in here that we can actually do a bit of a live on the 6th of December and show all these wonderful tiles, and then hopefully announce the favourite or the best tile that you think out of all of them. Super excited about it, so hopefully you are too. Okay, let's see how we're getting on today, because I've got my regular tile. It's out my white set. Got my pencil, pen, tortillon and all that kind of thing. And I want to put myself a little bit of a hexagon in here. So how's I'm going to do that? I think the first things first, we need to put ourselves a bit of a line down there. Lenny, if you could do an 8 centimetre square one, so a regular tile, that would be brilliant. It just means that we could make sure that we've got a consistency. But yeah, that'd be brilliant. Yeah, I'd love everybody, please. It's going to be fantastic. Okay, so let's have a look. Let's find the middle. About there. Okay. I know, Vicky, that's the thing. See, it's picking which one, isn't it? I think the thing is, see where your heart takes you. Have a sort of a flick through, and if you get a real hunch on one, you think that's the one. Okay, so I want to kind of put a cross in here, because that's going to help me work out where they're going to be. Okay, so let's have a look. Sort of drawing this in a little bit, and let's go in this one and this one here. You see, so I've got a bit of a bow shape, and then up to there, and that line I'm going to put in there. See, that's a little bit. That's okay. And then see, this one goes here and here. It's a little bit wide, but I don't mind. If you're going to draw something freehand, maybe I'll bring that in a little bit there. Okay, so I've kind of got my hexagon. Now, if you've got the a basic shape stencil, you can put a full-blown hexagon in there, can't you? I'm just going to work with what I've got. So I've got a bit of a shape. Looks like a 3D box at the minute. Okay. There we are. So happy with that. That's fine. So that's going to go in that corner. I'm going to get rid of that. Okay, it's a kind of hexagon. Okay, next bit then. All right, so what I want to do is I want to imagine I've got a little bit of a frame coming around here. Don't need to do the whole thing because it's a guide. So I want to just sort of give myself something to work to. Okay, that's that bit done. So looking on these lines, if I imagine sort of middle, I want to put a little triangle there, and then another little triangle there, and a little, straighten up a bit, little triangle there. They're all kind of a similar size. They're not going to be perfect. We want to sort of have our own little feel to this. Okay, so we've got those little shapes. Let's go in a little bit then. There you go. So let's have a look. I'm going to let's follow from this one first. I'm going to come up here towards that line, and then I'm going to use that as an angle to help me with that, create that shape. And then I'm going to use this one again as a line. Remember, we've done this in pencil. So we can change things as we go. Look how that looks like it's going in now. It's great. Okay, so let's have a look at this one. See, that's done this. So I'm going to do that one there, like so. Doesn't look very straight, does it? And that one, look, it's going to go in there. So I've got kind of a little bit of a Y shape going on there. So if I then draw that in, and draw that in, and draw that in, You see, we've got that kind of a shape there. So what I want to do now with pen, I'm going to draw this letter Y in. So I think what I'm going to do is bring one of my tiles in so I can use it to help me get those edges straight. You know, I don't mind freehand, but sometimes it looks nice if you can, there we go, get those straight lines in. So I'm just going to put that little letter Y in. Okay. And where's the other one? There it is. That's better. So I've got my letter Y. Okay. And then we see where we've got this kind of a shape here. I'm going to come in and put that in as well now. So see that? Sort of lines up with that. So I can use that to help me, see? And then this one, I'm not going to line it up with that, see, it's a little bit big, but that's okay, I'm going to do that one. And that one there. Just sort of looking for the same angle, if that helps. See, look there, well, that's a bit big, it's sort of there. And then I'm going to draw in this bit. And this bit. See, like that. Same on this side, so I'm kind of drawing it all in bits as I'm going, but I'm giving myself a little bit of a hand there with that straight edge. See? And then one down here. So again, that's coming in there. And it's coming in there. So we've got our little letter Y. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to come in with my 05 pen and I'm going to fill in those pieces there. And if you've got a brush pen, you can do that. I've got a 5 on the desk, so that'll work just fine. Putting those shapes in. Same on that one. It gives it that little bit of 3 dimension, doesn't it? And into there. So far I've put a little bit in pen, but I've left some in pencil because I want to come in and do a few other bits with it. But let's get those bits filled in and then have a look at it. Oh, Kathy, honestly, shut me up, mute me and keep stopping and starting it and you'll get the idea. There you go. So, yeah, I've got to keep you busy sometimes and give you a little bit of a challenge, haven't I? I think that's what it's all about. Okay, so let's have a look at what's going on here then. We've got this shape going on. We've got this coming out here as well. So let's have a look at this line. See this one here? I think before I do that, I'm going to come in and pencil. And I'm going to follow that angle and I'm going to bring it out. Okay? And then this one, so I'm doing it in pencil, bring it out. You see how that's come out there? So if I do the same with this one, and again I'm following that angle that I've put in there, out, and out, see? And then this one, out there, and out there, okay? So let's have a little look at that. I'm going to rub out those bits that we don't really need in the middle there now. Just to make sure that we're happy, we know where we're going. See, it's a bit clearer. Yeah. So let's put them in pen. So again, just using my straight edge. I'm going to fill those little bits there. And that one, always in pencil, then you can see what you're doing. And see if you're happy with it. You see that kind of almost flows from there, doesn't it? It's never going to be exact because of course we've done all this freehand and I haven't used a stencil. I've just gone in with it. So that's fine. If you want to use the stencil, that's okay. And then this one. Okay, so we've got our letter Y that we started with. And then we've got these are extended coming out. So that's one of the things we can work with. And then what I want to do now is I want to put a shape around it. So I'm going to come in, look at it by eye again. And let's have a look. Oh, I'm going to draw that bit in. It needs to go across. And I'm going to put this outer shape in. Okay. So, oh. Hey Joe, yeah, absolutely. You know, coming on here and having a chat with us is a starting point, isn't it? And from there, you just, you know, go with the flow. We're all there. Just a cup of tea, cup of coffee, sit and have a bit of a chill, and then get back to it. Okay. So this one. So I'm actually looking at it as I go, you see, and I'm neatening up any lines that I need. See, that's a little bit too far in there, but that's okay. I'm not worried about it because I can change things, you see. I'm going to bring that in. It just means that as I come to do these lines, what I can do is come back in, like, and I can use my 05 and I can thicken up all of those lines, you see? So it doesn't look as though I've got something that I didn't want. It just sort of sorts itself out. And we did talk about this quite a bit at the weekend, you know, actually, because we do a lot in pencil. You know, drawing the main bits in and getting rid of the pencil as you go just neatens everything up a little bit and makes it feel a little bit better. So let's have a look. Can I get rid of them? Sometimes, you know, be careful because of the pen obviously could smudge a little bit. So, you know, just be careful with those. But let's get rid of those lines. You see? Not too bad at all. Okay. Look at that. All right. So back to my 3, and I'm going to put a little border around. Obviously, I'm not going to go into those shapes that I've created. So I can do by eye again, like a bit there, around there. Sometimes we do things, you have to do these things that make us think a little bit, because that's what makes us a little bit stronger, doesn't it? And our skills start to develop. I mean, who'd have thought last month you would have drawn a raven? And now look at you all. Okay. Okay, look at that. Looks all right, doesn't it? All right, so let's have a look at round these bits first. I'm going to put myself a little border on each side. So I know it's quite a bit of, you know, sort of straight lines. You can do this as a wave if you want to. They don't have to be straight. Now let's put that one in. See, just a nice narrow line there. Let's do that. Okay, let's put that one in there. I changed my mind about inking it as well. I was going to ink the tile. I thought, you know what? We've not used a plain one now in ages, so I thought, well, I'll do something a little, just a little more geometric. Oh, see, Joe, come on. Yeah, you've done that, so enjoy it. Enjoy that moment. You know, just smell that coffee for a bit and then sit and enjoy it. Okay. Little bubbles. I'm going to work my way up. So how's everybody else today? Are we cold? We got the heating on? I have had the heater on here at the office today. It's a little bit murky, a little bit dark, but that's what we expect at this time of year. So it's all right. We're getting ready for Sewing Street on Thursday. I'm going to head over to the Sanntangle page shortly, because I always say I'd like to show you a few new bits before they go on air. Always nice to have that sneak peek, isn't it? So, around to that, we're just printing some of the new fabrics first. So as we actually get them and start cutting them off, I'll do that. A few new bits. Okay, same with this one. Oh, see if they've look for that little silver lining somewhere. Always tricky, I know. Okay. Oh. But come on, have a look through your tiles. Find me one you like. Leslie's picked hers. She's already half drawn hers. Tommy's going to have a go because the 6th of December is his birthday. Sarah and Alice are going to do one. I don't think I can get John to do one, if I'm honest. But it would have been nice, wouldn't it? Okay, so we've got that going on. So let's have a look at this space here now. I'm going to start with this top one. Let's go in a little bit. Because you've got a lot of straight edges, it's nice to bring in some other shapes. So I'm going to come in with some little hook shapes. You can put anything in these. They don't have to be. You can put stripes and grids and all sorts of things in. And if I was at home now, Benji would be close to me, so yeah. I'm snuggling on a quilt somewhere. See, it's going to come in with lots of these little shapes. I'm going to fill that space up. And it doesn't matter how long this takes. I know that I tangle quite quickly, but if you do just one thing, I can't keep up with it, that's fine. Just do your own thing. And fill it in your own time. So you could do anything in these. You don't have to do the same as me. Okay. Oh, Kath, have you? Don't tell us what number it is. It's going to be a surprise. Don't tell us. I'm really intrigued as to which one's going to come out on top, actually. Or is there going to be one that comes out on top? I don't know. Is there going to be like lots of different ones, or everybody's choosing different, or are we all going to have a specific one that is? I don't know. I'm going to have a look through mine and see what I think. But I don't know. So many. Okay. All right, so I'm going round on the surface here, filling in any gaps with little bubbles. Really changes the shape up. So if you look at this and you think, well, my little hook shapes are not quite right, that's fine. See, we cover them all with that. All right, next one. And in we go. So this is a little bit wider than the last one, but that's okay. We're not looking to get everything exactly the same. It's one of those things. Okay. You see how we sort of wander in and out of them? It might be, something really recent. It might not be a tile that we did back in the day. Could be any. And you don't have to do them exactly the same as well. If you think, well, I like that tile, but I wish I'd have done it in this colour, then do it. Do it in that colour. They don't have to be exactly the same as what you drew originally. You can do your own version of it. Of course, a lot of the tiles, certainly in the beginning stages, they were very poignant because we can all remember where we were and what we were doing, and it seems such a long time ago now that we were actually locked down. But who would have thought, we'd be back out and doing what we do and still tangling? That's an achievement in itself, isn't it? You see? So I'm going to have that one sort of going off the edge. And again, bubbles. Now, because you do a lot of tangling in these bits, if you find that your hand, you start to feel it starts to ache a little bit, just ease off your pen, let go of it for a little bit, and bring it back in. Do a little bit more. It doesn't have to all be done in one go. And of course, these kind of patterns, they do take quite a bit of doing. They do look amazing. Oh, I know, Viv. I think it helped us all, didn't it? It was just that bit of connection. And there's somebody to talk to, really. Yeah. It seems like a long time ago. It actually wasn't really. Gosh. this, how it's kind of, the design's sort of really changing, isn't it? Well, this sort of real heavy kind of pattern going on. So it fills up. And again, if you didn't want to do bubbles, you could just fill it with ink. Different colours maybe. Whatever works for you. Cake chats, yes. Cake chats. And that was funny. I'll tell you for sure, it wouldn't have been Rose sitting in a car park, would it? Remember the queues outside supermarkets? I used to send John. He'd go and do it. Goodness me. Right. Things you did, eh? All right. So I was thinking about the prize, or actually Leslie and I were having a chat yesterday, because I did say with this challenge, you know, we'd pick somebody's name out and a prize, but it can't be like just another stencil or a sketchbook, because you've all got them. So what we came up with is we thought that as time gets closer, and if there's a tile that really stands out as it's going to be the winner, then I'm going to draw that tile again a little bit bigger, and then I thought we could give that away. So if you'd be up for a piece of art, you know, that had got our, you know, the favourite tile on, that we could do. I think that'd be nice. Oh, do you think so, Maureen? She's in charge of the haberdashery, though. She can't have both. She's a little bit of a property tycoon. And I don't know if the owners of the cake shop in Lockett Lane would actually let her have it, unless she went in with the thugs and threatened them and said, look, you have to. Couldn't imagine that, Rose. Hi, Rose, if you're watching. I don't know. Look at this. Yeah, Janet, do you think that'd be a nice prize? Would that be okay? I just want to give you something that you can't buy, that's sort of hopefully worth having, maybe. What I say, it might be something I have to work on a little bit closer to the date, because of course until tiles start coming in, I don't know how that's going to work. But I think that would be a nice way of sort of marking the occasion. All right, see, little bubbles filling all this in. Oh, thanks for the feedback there. That sounds like a good plan. That's what we'll go with. Work it from there. Gosh, December the 6th. It's not that far away, is it? Wow. It's a few weeks or so. I didn't want to give you too long to think about it, because we think about it and never get it done. So. There you are. Bubbles in that top bit there. Oh, Susan, I know which one to do. I say there's so many, but I think some of them really stand out, don't they? I mean, I'm not saying it's not that I dislike any of them, I don't, but some do stand out more than others. I suppose it depends what mood I was in when I drew them, doesn't it, really? And they've all got their little essences. We did tiles for different things, didn't we, if you remember? So, yeah. So look how this, it's filling up pretty quickly, actually. It doesn't take too long. It's just one of those things you can really get engrossed into. And before you know it, it's done. And it's like you've had a little nap. You feel like you've just woke up. Viv, you can do a little bit of variation. Honestly, that's fine, because we've all changed, haven't we? And if it's one of those earlier tiles, then you might not want to do it the same as it was. Well, so many different ones. Okay, there we go. So we've got this going on. So let's have a look around this section here. I'm going to kind of come in, I think, from the corner. And I'm going to put myself a couple of swirls in. like so. Yeah. And let's do sort of similar in that other side. So one like this. They don't have to be the same. And then what if I put in a couple of leaf shapes like this? And again, they don't all have to be in the same place. Just sort of fit a few in. And put a couple there. So I'll kind of have the corners a little bit similar, but it's not an absolute must. See? So I'll bring another curl like this. And let's put some more leaves in there. And this time I'm not gonna sort of try and repeat it on both sides, but I'm gonna fill that in, and then I'm gonna put some little leafy shapes in wherever I can fit them. So you just sort of in those little gaps. Oh, Joe, 5, a choice of 5. Don't tell us what they are. But it could influence us. And we might think, yeah, I like that one. But then, I don't know. I think that's the challenge, isn't it? I think you should just pick one and go with it. That's it, you know. I mean, some have a little bit of a memory to them, don't they? It reminds you where you were or what you were doing. Could have been your birthday, or it could have been a Christmas one that was particularly special to you. I mean, what tile number have we done on or around the 6th of December? You know, is it a number that's sort of relevant to the date? I don't know. Look at that. That's nice, isn't it? So I'm going to repeat that over here so it looks like it's going around. And it's a nice little contrast between that real heavy design. This one's a lot lighter and it's not using all the space as such. Let's do this one. And around we go. Oh, Maureen, that's a good idea as well, isn't it? Go back and do one you thought was difficult. I bet after doing that dragon, I bet you're not going to find it difficult now, I'll tell you. Yeah? Okay. There we go. So that's that first bit. I just want to come in and do something in this section here. And I think I'm going to put myself a little bit of a border around. Just because it separates those. Oh, yeah, see, and let's put that one in. And that one. You know, because there's a lot of black there, isn't there? It'd be nice to have a bit of a space between the two. Okay, so that looks a bit better. So let's see if we can find this middle again. Let's have a look. It was sort of there. Let's have a look. We can put a bit of a line in it. Okay, and I'm going to sort of join. Just as a construction line, I'm going to put those lines back in. Things may have changed. Yeah, dragon's amazing. Okay. So I'm going to draw in this one here. That's a good one. That's a good reason, Joe. Okay, so I'm going to take one line. Doesn't matter which, we're going to do it on both sides. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, so you can get 5 in. You might get different. And I've looked at that angle there. And then this time I'm going to go on this angle. And I'm going to put that side in. So we're trying to follow it like that. And then this one, same thing. Now, I might not get 5 in this time because it looks a little bit shorter. But I don't mind. Same on this. Ooh. Along there. And this one, I'm going to follow that line. Again, if you want to do this with a ruler or one of your other tiles to straighten it, go ahead. But, see, I find a vertical so much easier to draw. Doing it that way. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to pick every other one. Which one? I'm going to go with this middle one, and I'm going to put myself some lines in like this. Okay. And I'm going to do the same on the other side. There we go. So I'm going to do the same on this one and the same on this one. So they're kind of going to join. And I think you're going to sort of fit it in as you go. Same there, look. Coming down. And then another one on this side. So again, I'm going to start in the middle. And then we're going to go this way. And then this way. Okay. And then I'm going to miss one. And I'm going to do another like this. If you want to fill it, you can. I just thought filling it might be a little bit too much because, of course, we've got the ink on the outside bits. And then another. So I'm going to sort of put those stripes in all the way down on both sides. There you go. Oh, Vicky, that's another good reason, isn't it? I think that's the thing. I don't think you will realise how far you've actually come. If you look back at your first tile that you ever did, and then you look at what you're achieving now, it's immense, absolutely immense. And it doesn't matter how simple it is or it was, if it's one that you're proud of, it makes you happy, then do it again. You know? We've had a brilliant few years, haven't we? And it's just nice to celebrate it together. Because that's what we are. We were all in it together. And I think that's the thing, isn't it? It makes it special. Oh, Joe, it's never going to look the same. It's never going to be the same. Oh, I know. Okay, let's have a look at this. All right. So shall we get some shading on it? I think just before we do, I'm going to be careful how I do it, but I'm going to remove, you know, those pencil lines up the middle. I don't want to sort of see them. And any little bits that I don't need pencil-wise now. Let's get rid of those. Okay. So, pencil then. I'm going to start in the middle. And I'm going to put some along the insides of those. All the way along. Thank you, Tommy. Cup of tea time. So we're just saying, Tommy, you're going to do a tile, aren't you, for the 6th?
I am.
For our challenge?
Yes, I will.
But you've not decided which number yet. I know.
Decisions.
I know, that's what we're all saying. We don't know, do we? There's so many to choose from.
Yeah.
So I suppose you can have a look through mine and see which you prefer. And have a go.
It's been a while.
Yeah, but no, that's okay.
It's been way too long.
Doesn't matter. There you go.
But it's for my birthday, so...
It is.
I thought I would do it for a change.
I think so, yeah. It's going to be great. Just putting that bit out. So I've come inside. I'm also going to go outside of that one, you see? Maureen, if you were here, you know we'd make you one. I'll put some in there as well, look. See, so in there, look. Down. That shape there. On the outside of that one. Yeah. Okay. Let's do this one then. In there. Down there. And on the inside. On both. And then I'm going to come around here. So again, I'm not being too neat with this. There's plenty of graphite on. It's going to be quite a sort of a depth going on in there. So decisions to make here. I'm going to go inside that border. If you go on the outside, you're going to get something slightly different, but you're still going to get a great shade. Oh, Lynn. I don't know. Maybe. I think if I actually offered to make him a cup of tea, I think he'd pass out. I don't believe you. Who are you and what have you done with Sandra? That's what he'd say. All right, Tortillon. Let's do this. Soften this off around here. Might as well go up there at the same time. Let's straighten them off a little bit. And then let's come in with this one. And then this one. Okay. And this one. So I might have to go back in and do another layer of that. I think I'd like that a little bit darker, but that's okay. In the middle. Because that's the whole point of doing these. We can always add a bit more pencil. So let's swirl it if we need to, look, up and down. We'll try and keep them a little bit straight if we can. Well, you know the nice thing though, Lynn, I always do him a card and he keeps his cards. They're in the laser room on his notice board. So that's nice. So I'm working my way around, sort of, I'm not sure if it's systematically, it's just whatever feels right at the time. I know I've got to do those on the inside there, look, for example. So everywhere we've got a little bit of pencil, we're going to wander in with the Tortillon. I see there, look, I need to clean that off a bit. And then around these. So there's quite a lot of graphite on this. But we'll have a look in a minute. We'll see if we think we need a bit more. Let me go with that one. Same with this one. Okay, under and round there. And then I'm going to do on the inside of those. And that's it. See how this looks. See, sometimes sort of setting it off and starting it with those swirls really makes a difference. Okay. See, just sort of taking it in, moving it around a bit. I'm going to get these little shapes going on. All right, so I'm going to come back in a little bit more pencil. I'm going to add a little bit in the middle there. And I'm going to come a little bit heavier on those edges, making sure that I am right up to that border. See, right up to the border. And then again, I'm going to darken around there. To that one. I'm going to go back in, just work that round a little bit there. See, sort of in and around, back and forth. Okay, so that's going to work with the rest, but it's going to make that bit right in the edges there a little bit darker. And that's what we're wanting, you see. Okay, so let's bring in my black pen. I'm going to bring my 05 in. Because what I want to do is I really want to darken up some of these lines. So I'm going to come around the inside of this sort of slightly elongated hexagon shape. And in and along. Like so. And then I'm going to do around the outside as well. Because I'm using a 5, it just means I don't have to keep going back and forth. I can sort of do a single line and it'll sort it out for me. So it gives me that bit of work going on there. Okay, look at that. And then I'm going to come in and do these. Now, if you feel that you've got to do a straight edge and use a ruler to do this, go ahead. That's happy to go in freehand with this. And so this one here. And that let's have a look at what we've got. Okay, and still a little bit in those lines in the middle. I want to sort of give that a little bit of an edge there. And come in on those. Notice that where you can or where I can, I'm trying to keep that line a solid line. So rather than stop and start it, start at the top and work your way down. So we're not getting a sketch line, we're getting a nice sort of even leveled line. Okay, so I'm just going to bring my black pencil in. It's almost there now, and looking in these corners, I'm going to add a little bit of black. Now I'm going to kind of very gently work it in. See, work it in. So I'm starting at the edge and I'm coming in a little bit. I really want that to be dark. Same here, look. So I start it and then I'm going to ease it in. So I'm not really blending it in because I can't. Because pencil doesn't blend with the Tortillon, but there's already lots of shadow there. So I can sort of very gently work it inwards, like so. A little bit around there too. Oh, I want to really make that pop. Same with that one. See, remember that extra little line that I'd got in there? You know, when I first drew it, it's completely disappeared. It's not there anymore. Let's have a look at that. Okay, getting a little bit of in the middle there. Maybe touch in there. Look. So we've gone really dark today, really dark in there. So I'm going to bring my white pencil in. Just being that I've got my tin of pencils handy. And you know where we'd got that original line? Let's put a line in there. See, I'm just going back and forth. Back and forth. And just have a little bit in the middle there. See, there's not much in there, but certainly this bit, just sort of kind of wander it in. Okay, one more thing. I think I'm going to come back in with my 3, and I am going to use a straight edge for this because I want to draw that border back in. So just want to make sure, because there's a lot of graphite on here, I want certain things to sort of stand out, and I want to make sure that that border, look, is nice and crisp and clean. So here we are. Let's put that back in there. A bit there. Okay. And I think all the, here we go. Almost done. A little bit more. Regular pencil down those sides. There's a little bit of black in there as well. Well, that's okay. I just want some really dark bits, which will help the light bits. And that bit there, look. That bit there, let's have a look at that. Okay, you see that's a bit darker than that, so I'm going to bring a little bit more in there. Tortillon in. I lost my Tortillon. And back and forth. That's better. That's better. Okay, so there it is. There's our tile for the day. It's a little Y shape. Doesn't have to be. It could be anything you want it to be. You could do 6 of these if you wanted to and have them all coming out different directions. But this is your little challenge for today, just to get you in the idea of challenges, to have a go at that, to the number 500. So, okay, all done for today. Just got to sign it. Let's put that in up here. And there you go. So have a lovely day, what's left of it. Enjoy whatever it is you're doing, and enjoy this. And I'll see you soon. So take care. Bye.